Welcome to License Activation Manager. In this video, we will focus on how to configure the software settings to start using the License Activation Manager. This is the first step that needs to be configured correctly before you can effectively use the software. To access the software settings, please ensure that the Dashboard tab is selected. Then, select the Connections and Settings tab. Click on the Settings button to start. Once you open the settings window, you will see several options to configure. Database connection string, enter your database connection details here. Make sure your connection string is correct to enable the software to connect to your database. Refer to your host for information on how to connect to your database. Computer ID hash algorithm method, select the desired hash algorithm for generating computer IDs from the drop-down menu. The available options are none, SHA-256, SHA-512. The choice affects how the computer hardware identification number is generated as well as the length of the identification string. License hash code symbol, choose the symbol that will represent your license hash code. The default value is /. This symbol is mainly used for computing licenses. Symbols such as dash or backslash or any other suitable symbol can be used. Changing the symbol will directly affect the licenses generated. New configuration file need to be created and added to your product. We will discuss adding products in a different video. Network license creation mode, set the mode for network license creation. Options typically include static or dynamic. This affects how the network license file is built, however both options are built to accomplish the same purpose for creating the network license file. API base URL, enter the base URL for your API. This should pointing directly to the API location on your server if the API is installed. API key, this is a secret key to use for accessing the API features. The API will only authorize the access to any endpoint if this key value is matched. Don't give away this value. The value can be generated using the red key icon adjacent to the text box. To check how the API works, please refer to API help documentations. The API can also allow a controlled list to access the endpoints. Number of rows per page, set the number of rows to display per page, useful for full display tables. Setting file profile, select the appropriate profile from the drop-down menu or create a new one if needed. The setting file profile allows you create a separate profile to connect to different database. With this feature you can switch between different databases. Make sure to save your settings by clicking on the Save button before closing the settings window. By configuring these settings correctly, you ensure that the License Activation Manager operates smoothly and is tailored to your specific needs.